Hey y'all, it's Nikki. I have to tell you about Tecovas boots. I finally have a pair and they're handmade, high quality, stylish, and comfortable. I even got them customized with leather stamping. The folks at Tecovas will help you find just the right pair. So swing by for yours at the Tecovas flagship on South Congress or their store at the Domain. Plus, good news, they just opened a new store in Georgetown at 709 Main Street for those of y'all that live a little further north. So come shop with me at Tecovas. That's TECOVAS.com. Don't go gently, y'all. Today on CityCast Austin, we're rolling out our monthly guide. Think of this as your to-do list, but strictly for fun things. It's November, and this city is full of delicious things to eat and drink and fun stuff to do. Plus, we have some ideas on how to deal with the seasonal stress you may be experiencing. I'm here with Hey Austin newsletter editor Kelsey Bradshaw and executive producer Eva Ruth Moravec to talk about all of the things you need to know to have the best November in Austin. And if you're just discovering CityCast Austin, hello! Tune in every morning to our daily podcast where I will bring you all of the latest on this crazy town. Also, stay tuned after our monthly guide for a special segment, A Mile in Their Boots, where we feature the unsung heroes of Austin. A Mile in Their Boots and CityCast Austin are brought to you by our exclusive launch sponsor, Tecovas. It's Wednesday, October 30th. I'm Nikki Devon, and this is what Austin's talking about. What's up, Kelsey? What's up, Eva Ruth?
Hello. Hi. Happy almost November.
Happy
Woo-hoo.
November. November is coming. Where did October go?
Okay. Chilly weather. Wow, that's incredible.
October flew by, y'all. For real. I'm stressed about it. So, okay, it's fall. So there are so many food and drink related things that are happening in Central Texas right now. So let's get into a few of our recommendations. Kelsey, you want to go first?
I do, because mine's the first up. I think everyone should go to this and load up on barbecue before election night, because Texas Monthly Barbecue Festival is going to be November 2nd through the 3rd in Lockhart. And so it's just a nice, quick little 20-minute drive, a little southeast situation of Austin, and you can go get a bunch of barbecue. They have two big events happening. So on Saturday is their Barbecue World's Fair in downtown Lockhart, and that one's free, open to the public. It starts at noon. It's a street festival. So there's going to be barbecue vendors, taco vendors, a marketplace, cooking demos, live music, all of the things. And then if you want something a little more curated on Sunday, they're going to be doing their top 50 picnic, which is going to include some of the barbecue places that were on Texas Monthly's most recent list of top 50 barbecue joints. And so I think that's really exciting. That feels, I don't know, I love thinking about Barbecue Fest as like ACL. I'm like, ooh, who's headlining kind of thing. Like, what are my favorite barbecue places? Okay, so some of the people at the top 50 picnic, so some of the ones from Austin is like Interstellar Barbecue, Leroy and Lewis Barbecue, Micklethwaite Barbecue, Terry Black's, of course, is going to be there. And then, let's see, KG Barbecue is going to be there on Saturday for the World's Fair.
BBQ.
Yes, and so is obviously Barb's BQ. They're located on the square in Lockhart, so it would be very rude if they weren't invited.
They're closed that day.
Yeah, they're like, never mind,
like
we just don't want to come.
This is like a who's who. I'm into it.
Right,
Yeah.
and so the one on Sundays, that's going to cost you. It's at 1 p.m. at Lockhart City Park, and it's $125 for adults, and for kids, it's $40. So that $125 includes food at all of the featured joints during that picnic. So that seems worth the Benjamin and a fourth.
Yeah, I'll pay the $125 for some meat sweats. Yes, I will. I sure will.
And if you do it right before the elections, like you said, you could just put yourself in a food coma.
Yes, and then the election will go down smoother.
Yeah,
and it's a picnic, so you can eat, get the meat sweats, and then lay down on a blanket and pass out.
There we go. That's a perfect
that
day.
Sounds nice.
That feels like the perfect day. You know what? I have an incentive for going on the 3rd. And the reason is on the 2nd, there is the 2024 Taste of Korea Festival in Austin. So it's the same weekend, but you could go to this Taste of Korea in Austin on that Saturday and get you some Korean food, and then go to Sunday and get you the meat sweats. So,
and then you'll just be unconscious through the election.
I mean, come on,
completely knocked out. Liquid diet.
So Taste of Korea is a celebration of Korean history, culture, and food. There'll be Korean craft making. There'll be games. I love that because our Asian population is growing every day. And we're always talking about diversity in this city. And this is a dope way to like share space, connect, and learn. And I am here for it. They have, evidently there's like Taekwondo. You can make Korean masks and Korean fans. It just sounds, it's like crafts, food, and booze. It just sounds.
That's my Saturday anyway.
It's my
so that's
Saturday.
Perfect.
That's an option. It's on the 2nd. It's from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's at Oak Hill Baptist Church, and it is FR to the E to the E. It's free.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
So blow your money on the barbecue fests. That's fine. Nikki and I got you covered on the free shit to do
Sorry.
for eating purposes. Or almost free. So Austin Foodie Fest is also happening in November. It's on the 16th, and it's only $6. It's at Republic Square Park.
Yep.
Right downtown. Hopefully the weather will be better than now. It'll be great.
Less hot, hopefully.
Yeah,
Maybe not
less hot.
90 degrees.
An 80? Could we get an 80?
Yeah, just a freezing cold 80 degrees.
Chilly.
Freeze,
Might
just
need a light jacket.
a light, something, give it a little shawl or pashmina. Something to put over our shoulders.
Yeah.
You know?
A capelet. That would be perfect.
I love a capelet. And at the Austin Foodie Fest, which has a very cute logo, I will have to say, it's like cartoon burgers and hot dogs and stuff. They're going to have live bands, local food trucks, a variety of vendors, games, contests, giveaways. So you can bring the children and entertain them while you eat good things. And you can bring your chairs, so you don't even have to lay down in the grass. You could plop yourself down in your chair wherever you want. And yeah, it's from 2 to 10 p.m. There's going to be some live music, of course, because it's Austin. So not a bad evening in Austin, Texas.
That sounds nice.
It sounds really nice. And I think, okay, can I do an honorable mention, y'all? Because this is also really cool.
Yes.
November 9th, there's an art and beer night market. 50 artists, food trucks, and craft beer. November 9th, 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Brutorium Brewery and Kitchen on 6015 Dillard Circle A in Austin. And it's essentially, they just want you to come and shop from some of Austin's best artists. And it happens every year. So it's just like visual artists, photographers, clothing brands. You can bring your kids. And it's the whole day. So
Cool.
That's another thing that you can do. And it looks like this is also free. It's even more ways for you to save up your money for that barbecue.
As my buddy Lisa says, shout out to Lisa, if it's free, it's for me.
Hey. Lisa, who also has one of the my favorite Instagram handles. Be mad then. We've given y'all some really good ideas on what to eat. Now, I want to give you some ideas on what to do. So, again, it's awesome. So we have some good events happening too. And we feel like these are some that you just like, you shouldn't miss. And Kelsey, since you went first last time, Eva Ruth, I think you should go first.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Sorry, Kelsey. No, mine's first in the month, okay? So it's the way we do it.
Whatever.
So along the lines of art and beer night market, you know, it's time to start thinking about holiday gifts. Just start. And this is a really cool thing that happens in Austin and could give you some access to very cool art. So for 2 weekends in Austin in November, we do studio tours. So on November 9th and 10th, participating studios are free and open to the public that are west of I-35. And then the following weekend, November 16th and 17th, the studios that are participating are the ones east of I-35. And it's just such a fun and different experience to be able to see art and see like where Austin artists make their art. I think is such a neat thing. Like you can wander in their studios, see their inspiration, like, you know, see where they're making stuff and how it all kind of comes together, talk to them in like a more informal setting. And a lot of them also have, you know, stuff that you can buy, very unique and obviously handmade. There's a wide variety of art. I've seen really cool jewelry, great like paintings, photos, sculpture, everything, plant accessories, pots and whatnot.
Stuff,
ceramics of all kinds. So it's a lot of fun. It's free to participate. And you'll get a guide. I think they have an app also that you can download to kind of plot your little map. It's been going on for 22 years now in Austin. It's just one of those really cool things that gets people out and, you know, meeting the artists that make Austin really a cool city. Go out and see some art.
East Austin Studio Tours is one of my favorite things.
Yep.
It's because it's an opportunity for anybody's house to be a studio. So literally you go to people's yards, you go to people's houses. I have a friend that years ago made these giant life-size rocking horses. They were the 4 rocking horses of the apocalypse. Shout out to Karen. She made these gigantic rocking horses.
Nice.
And she would be on the tour and she put them in our friend Christina and Eric's front yard and people would just stop by and ride these rocking horses. So it's like, it's not, I just want people to understand it's not like you're just like going and only looking at photos on the walls or something like that. It is all kinds of awesome shit.
That's
one
awesome.
One of my favorite things is there's some, I want to say they were like a skating co-op. I don't know. They had a stop one year and they were selling these shirts for $2. I was like in a bin and I bought this shirt, the only shirt that was my size at the time. And it had a picture of David like making a pose where he was like flexing his muscles, kind of like Arnold Schwarzenegger. And then like a little butt, like coming out of his butt, like he was farting, like a little you know, like a little tooth coming,
little tooth cloud.
Yeah, a little tooth cloud. Thank you. That's what I was trying to think of.
I'm here
tooth
for
cloud.
you.
Thank you. And at the bottom it said the fartin. And I was like, oh my God, I wonder what this means. This is so cool. Maybe it's a band. I just thought it was a band. I wore that damn shirt for like 5 years. And then one day somebody at VC was like, oh, my friend made that shirt. I was like, oh my God, is it a band? He was like, oh no, we were just high one night and we made a bunch of shirts to prepare. I was like,
that's awesome.
Oh my God.
Of course you did, because this is Austin, and that is the studio. That's the East Austin Studio Tour.
They're like, we just thought that was hilarious.
I don't know if that has to do anything, but those are my memories of studio.
Hey, keep your eyes peeled. There may be an iconic T-shirt or two for you to pick up while you're out at these studio tours. You never know.
Kelsey?
I don't know.
No segue.
How does one follow the fartin? One of my favorite winter events is the Blue Genie Art Bazaar, because I love shopping and I love crafts and everything. And this starts November 15th and it runs through Christmas Eve, and it's up in a space on Airport Boulevard. And it's literally just a big hall of like local makers and their wares. And it's really great for holiday shopping. I've gotten jewelry there, art there. You can get like soap there.
Yes.
You can get candles there. I'm trying to think of like weird. I once bought a sewing pin cushion there.
Nice.
Magnets, earrings, like they just have all the things. And it's all really You can't find that at Target or on Amazon or wherever people do their holiday shopping. It's like, and they have a lot of great, like, specific to Austin artwork and stuff. So I feel like that makes for great gifts for people who live here and for people who don't.
Blue Genie Art Bazaar, you know what? You gotta love the Blue Genie Art Bazaar because I mean, it has been around, I feel like, for as long as I can remember.
Okay. My problem with Blue Genie is that I go with the intention of buying gifts, and then I'm like, I need all these things for myself.
Oh, yes. A classic conundrum.
Very problematic. But
You just gotta lie to yourself.
Right. That I'm going to give this to my sisters.
That's what I do. I'm like, yeah, this is for my sister. Yeah. She'll love
this will be perfect for her. It's just her size.
Just in case.
Look at that. Apparently, though, they do a personal shopping service for people who are too busy to hang out at Blue Genie. And you can fill out a request form and tell them who you're shopping for, what your budget is, and the date that you need the gift. And their shoppers will pick shit for you.
Oh, you fancy.
Right?
What?
So you can shop local and, do
curbside.
Be fancy about it if you want. Yeah. They gift wrap. Like, this is, like, it's full service.
But it's also a fun little afternoon if you can actually get out there. It's a good time, and you can, like, talk to the vendors, and there's snacks, and I don't know. It's nice.
I mean, I know that we are supposed to be giving you guys advice of what you should go do, but I also long to be the Nikki that's just like, I don't have time to shop. You know what I'll do? I'll call the Blue Genie Art Bazaar.
Well, or like, I'd love to be someone who thinks that far in advance.
That part, yeah.
Like, seriously, I'm just like, I want to be the Nikki who's like, courtesy of the people at Blue Genie.
And when you your gift.
Yeah, and then when you open your gift, I'm like, oh, that's what you got. Like, I have no idea either. We finding out together.
We finding out together.
Like, that is incredibly fancy. That's very, like, look what I got you. Like, that's very fancy.
Okay, Nikki. No transition.
I'm so pissed.
No transition.
Trying to do it back to you.
Nikki, Nikki, what's yours?
Kelsey's mad.
All you get is my laughter. That's all you get. So, okay. So my thing that I think that you should do in November is go to Esther's Follies. So we took a little team trip over to Esther's Follies to see the show. And y'all, now, first of all, let me give you the stats. Esther's Follies is a vaudeville show here in Austin. It's been happening for 50 years. It's the longest running vaudeville show in the country.
Wow.
It is right there on the corner of 6th and Red River. It is an Austin institution. If you have gone on 6th Street at any time during nighttime, you have been one of the people walking by that gigantic window trying to figure out what is happening. That is Esther's Follies. Y'all, it is so freaking funny. As an Austinite, I know for a long time I kind of shat on Esther's Follies because I was like, ain't nobody trying to go see that. It don't look fun. You know what I mean? Like, I had these weird, like, too cool for school ideas about what Esther's Follies is. I was wrong. It's funny. It's hilarious. And there is also magic. And I know that normally that sounds real not cool, but it's so good.
It's
Y'all,
really
it's so cool.
It is awesome.
It is awesome.
And it's run so well. They are such pros.
Yep. It is a well-oiled machine, and every single person in the cast is so funny and talented, and they sing, and it's political, and it's biting, and it makes you a little uncomfortable sometimes, which I also love. And then in between that, there is magic that just does not make sense. It was so good, it was pissing Kelsey off.
I think that was her favorite part.
Our favorite part is that every time the guy came, Kelsey was just like pissed. Like, what now? What is he gonna do now? Who's disappearing? What's happening?
It kept like putting things in boxes that were no longer there. It's like, what are you doing?
Well, and like what, to Nikki's point, like when I was describing this to my friend, I was like, yeah, and there's this magician, and like magician kind of brings an eye roll, you know?
It does.
But
it
like,
does.
What was happening? Like, it was crazy.
Bruh, I am telling you, even if you are the most skeptical person when it comes
Mhm.
to magic, you have to go and see, because I'm like, all four of us were just sitting there at one point with our mouths open, like, what
Mhm.
is this dark sorcery? What is happening?
Not in amazement either. We were all looking at the stage being
Oh.
like, huh?
No,
How?
Kelsey, I was
Yeah.
amazed. You were irritated by the magic.
I don't know. For me, I'm just like, oh, I can figure it out. I'm clever.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
brilliant. And every time he do something, I'd be like, what in the actual FUCK is
Yes.
happening?
Yes.
What is going on?
No, how are we getting bodies through walls?
Mhm.
What is, like,
And
and at one
dogs.
point, y'all, I
Yes.
don't want to give this away, but I
I
have
know.
to say this so that you can understand. At one point, he was in one place, and then, bitch, we looked up and he was zip lining from the back of the damn audience to
Within
the stage.
seconds. Within seconds.
It made me so confused and upset.
Shriek. We
I was
shrieked.
I was like,
All
now
of
where
us.
where he coming from? What is
Mhm.
happening? Yeah. His name is Ray Anderson.
Yeah,
Amazing.
Ray, I have some questions.
Ray.
I'm coming to you. I'm finding you.
But the whole cast was so
So
good.
Yeah.
Like
They're so good.
and I love how they just like really go through one thing after another. Like there is so much work that goes into the writing and the
Yeah.
songs, and it's really cool. It's very timely. It's
Yep.
responsive to what's
Yes.
going on in the real world. And yeah, I had never gone as an Austinite. I felt like it was the corny, touristy thing to do.
Mhm.
Like lived in San Antonio for a while, where like the Alamo's right next to Ripley's, believe it or not. And it's just
Right.
like, okay, this is another one of those things in my mind.
Tourist
It is
trap.
not.
Tourist trap.
It's
Yeah.
great for tourists, but it's really, really different for locals because you'll get all the jokes.
It's so, y'all,
yes.
it's
Go.
so good. Do yourself a favor. It's so good. Afterwards, we were standing outside, and our producer Rishi was like, "I could not be that guy's friend," because he would. And then we were all like, "Yeah," because he would have to either you tell me how you do this, or our friendship is over. I need to see behind the curtain, and the fact that you won't tell me means you don't love me, and we can't be friends.
Mhm. Yeah.
No, that's like, I don't even know that man. And that's how I felt. I was like
Yeah.
personally
Very
upset
betrayed.
at him. I was like,
Yeah,
hello.
that's how good the magic is. That's how good
Yeah.
the magic is. So, shout out to Esther's Follies. Shout out to the whole cast. Y'all gotta go. The tickets range from like $30 to $40. And they have shows Thursday through Saturday. On Thursdays, they have only a 7 p.m. show. But Fridays and Saturdays, they have a 7 and a 9 p.m. So, and the best part about it is that it is on 6th Street. And so during the show, just random people are actively walking past the window and stopping and looking and staring. And like the cast is so good that they've now made it a part of the show. And
Yeah.
like, it's just, do yourself a favor,
Mhm.
take off your cool hat.
Mhm.
You're too, like, just kind of go with an open mind. You won't be disappointed.
Laughter is the best medicine.
Yeah. And
Ooh.
if,
Transition? No. Nikki, what's next?
Ava just set me up for such a great segue. If you like joy and you like happiness, we're going to go right into how to find your spirit and your joy.
Pew, pew, pew.
So the fall can be like a heavy time for a lot of people, especially this November. It is an election year. Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows what's going down? So elections can be really difficult on relationships. That's friendships, romantic relationships, period. They cause anxiety and uncertainty. I can't tell you how many of my friends have asked me, like, who are you thinking about voting for mayor? Like, it's heavy on everybody's mind. And then we also have Thanksgiving coming up this month. And that also causes like stress and sometimes sadness, and for some people, loneliness. So we thought we'd give y'all some tips on how to like keep your spirits up and find your joy in Austin this month. And, since I made y'all two go first, I guess I'll go first.
Yes, we'll allow it.
Okay. Okay. So one of my favorite ways to feel better when I'm feeling sad is to dance. It is embarrassing how often I dance in my house alone. It just makes me feel good. And so my suggestion is Body Rock. Like, you can start the month off right by just going to Body Rock. It's on the 1st of November. It's one of in my opinion, the best dance parties in the city. It's been happening for almost 15 years. It's put on by Riders Against the Storm. And if you don't know who they are, please look that up. Shout out to Shaka and Key Dada and also DJ Chorizo Funk, who we love and we've had on the podcast. It happens every other month. And most of the time there's like a theme. So they have a Beyonce themed one every year. They have a Prince themed one and Erykah Badu. There's always themes. And more than anything, it's just like a really good opportunity to get hot, sweaty, meet people, dance your face off, and all that good stuff. And it's like, pre-sale is $12. You can pay $15 at the door. And it's good vibes, it's good music, it's cool ass people. And I like to go when I'm not feeling great. And I just sing at the top of my lungs and dance because they also play like music that everybody knows. And I mean that Gen Z to Boomer to whoever and everything in between. You're going to hear something that you like and you just get to, and if you don't like to dance, just go.
Yeah.
And be around those vibes. I mean, I'm telling y'all, the vibes are immaculate.
This one's a tribute to the Dirty South.
To the Dirty South. And y'all.
Nice.
Listen. If I was in town, I would be there with some booty shorts on and some ripped fishnets and a shirt. Anything that I just don't mind getting sweaty.
And a shirt. Okay,
and
she's going to have a shirt on.
Random shirt. Now, I know that neither of you have been to Body Rock. And so we're going to change that.
No, yeah, you're making me really want to go. I'd never even heard of it until you talked about it. And it looks so fun. And I'm so sad I missed the Beyonce tribute.
Oh, it's so fun.
That's like my dream night is just loud Beyonce only.
That's it. And everybody dancing to it. And occasionally, like, somebody will come up and like literally lip sync it and interact it and do the dances. People know the choreographed dancing. Y'all, it's so good. It's just like love and positivity. And then 9 times out of 10, you're going to probably see someone you know. That's how big it is. It's just one of those quintessential Austin things. It's just like, let's just everybody get together and be sweaty. You can try to come and look cute and have on heels if you want to, but they'll be gone and off by the end of the night because you about to dance.
It's
at
fam.
the Sahara.
Yeah.
In the club, we all fam.
That sounds great. I love to dance. We dance like no one's watching whenever we get the chance because it just makes you happy.
It is good.
Like the best medicine. I hate that phrase, but it really is.
I know. It is. Yeah.
It is. It is the quickest way to make me feel. It boosts my mood almost immediately. And it doesn't have to be, and like for anybody that's thinking it's like, well, I don't dance or I can't dance. Yes, you can. Everybody can dance.
Yeah.
If you can bob your head, if you can sway back and forth, you can dance. If you do not like music, I don't know what to say to you. But it's
that's
fine.
crazy.
No shade.
Oh, I have shade. That's also a perfect leading up to sadness of November, right? So you dance on that Friday on November 1st. Then you go to Taste of Korea on the 2nd. Then you do barbecue on the 3rd. And then you'll be ready for election night. You'll be ready for the time change. It's perfect.
It's perfect. It's setting you up. It's like building the foundation for whatever comes that following week. So that's my tip.
Great one.
I think so.
Okay, mine's next on the calendar. It's Texas Book Festival. It's November 16th through the 17th, and it's free. It's open to everyone. And it just kind of sounds like a nice, relaxing time where you can kind of forget your worries. You could go to some talks like Matthew McConaughey if you find his voice soothing, that twang. He'll be there giving a talk. Malcolm Gladwell will be giving a talk as well.
Nice.
And so he's a journalist and he has a new book and he'll be out there.
Okay.
They're like the headliners of the event. But there's truly like 1,000 things you can do. There's stuff for kids. There's stuff for adults. You can go book shopping.
Yeah, I have to tell Daisy about this because she loves. Let me tell you something. If Daisy May ain't gonna do nothing else, she's gonna read some books. So This is awesome. Yeah, I might actually go to that because I'm sure she will make me drive her there. So
there you go.
Texas Book Festival. I mean, I also love books, I guess. I mean, I do. Now that makes it sound like I don't read. I love books.
Well, and it is like such a uniquely Austin thing, I feel like, to have a festival about books. We got to have a festival about everything here.
That's
True.
But
There's
you know,
probably
there's going to
music.
be tons of authors out there. Like,
Is it?
There's probably going to be music.
As it's in Austin. So is it still on like Congress Avenue?
I think they shut down Congress, don't they? They shut down Congress and part of 11th Street.
yeah, it's at the Capitol, and tents are along 11th and Congress.
Mhm.
And then like nearby churches and venues are involved as well.
This is awesome, y'all.
Cute.
And it's like an all day thing. Like Saturday, it starts at 10 a.m., Sunday, it starts at 11 a.m., and then they both days end at 5 p.m. So it's pretty big. It takes over downtown at the little tip of downtown there. And
Love it.
it's fun.
Nice. I like it. Maybe I'll cruise by while I'm training for the turkey trot.
Oh, very nice.
Hey.
I'll allow it.
Great
Thank you.
segue.
Thank
That
you.
was good.
So my way to pump up my spirits this month is I love running. It brings me a lot of happiness. You know, my running friends and I were saying this week, it does help your endorphins. It is not a substitute for therapy, people, but it might
Oh, snap.
make you happy. Yeah, because you still need to see your therapist, okay?
It can help. It can help.
Yeah, it can help. Turkey trot is a great way to run out some of the family feelings that you might be having around Thanksgiving. It is on November 28th, and they've been doing this for so long. It's the 34th year. Thundercloud Subs always sponsors it, but all of the proceeds go to Caritas, which is an organization that's mission is to prevent and end homelessness in Greater Austin. So it's a lot of fun. People wear crazy costumes. You'll see multiple turkeys, I'm sure, in costumes and not. It's just Regs turkeys running out there. There's a there is a little fee to give some money to Caritas. So there's a 1 mile runner walk and then a 5 mile runner walk, and different pricing for those two events. And there's a very cute T-shirt that you can collect. Some people have done this every year, collect every single trot tee. And this one features art made by an 8-year-old Travis Elementary School student named Greta O.
That's adorable.
This is adorable. So
Oh my God, Greta.
yeah.
Listen, I want that shirt.
Mhm.
Nikki wants the shirt.
I want the shirt.
It can go with her fart shirt collection.
Farting.
Fartin, yes.
So I also want to tell people I did the turkey trot once. And for those of you that are not athletic like me, it was actually really easy. You can go your own pace. Everybody's really lovely and really nice. And when I did it, me and this little 70-year-old woman just walked together and she chatted, and she told me all about her husbands. It was awesome.
Multiple.
It's a really cool husbands. Girl had been married 8 times.
Oh,
she
my
had
God.
me listen.
Go off Elizabeth Taylor.
Okay. It was and then I had her little arms pumping. I was like, tell me all about Roger, because I have nothing else to do. So we can trot together. Yes, we
Okay,
can.
literally, my turkey trot story is not that fun, but
Let's hear it anyway.
I got lapped by an old man. That man had to have been 100 years old, okay?
Oh,
And
my
he
word.
lapped me, and then he threw up in front of me, and then he still beat me.
Oh, no.
Oh my God.
So if
That's
you
a
wanna
whole
get-
experience.
If you want to get humbled on Thanksgiving,
I would say that is
Wow.
an equally great story.
yes. There are so many jokes about I hope I don't marry into a family that does a turkey trot on Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And I understand the jokes, but I also feel like the Austin one is uniquely fun.
It
I've
is,
done the
of
turkey
course.
trot in Dallas, and it's not as fun as this. And
Yeah.
you get to go through downtown, and 5 miles is nice, and it's just a good time. Unless you get
Listen.
lapped by an old man.
I just
But he threw up in the end, so did you win?
No.
I just realized this year that we are not the only place that does this. My entire life, I thought that the turkey trot was something only Austin did. And then when I was doing some research, I was like, oh, well, shit, everybody does it.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Because,
We made it
everything
up.
originates here. Yeah.
Of course. Thundercloud, they have a turkey sandwich.
Yeah,
They
it's
make the turkey
weird.
trot.
Of course we did it. Yeah. Listen,
awesome.
I liked it. I think what was her name? Beverly? I don't know what her name was. It was some old lady name, like Beverly or Eunice or Ingrid or something like
I
that.
hope it was Eunice.
I
And
hope
it was
she's
like-
listening because we need an update. Which number are we on?
Arms just pumping. I was like matching her form. I was like, I see why y'all do this in the malls now. This was great.
That's fun. Yeah, it
turkey
is
trot.
festive. Everyone's out there
Mm-hmm.
in the, festive mood. You can run with your family, run away from your family, whatever you need.
Whatever therapeutic
You're avoiding.
thing works. Yeah. Just run away from your family. Just keep running.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you can get a shirt from cute little Greta. So
That's right. Mm-hmm.
that's what you should do.
Perfect.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, y'all, speaking of perfect
Aw.
into a perfect podcast episode, we have learned a lot about, what you should do this month. Therapeutic fun, dining fun, dancing fun. Just make sure you go out and do something this November in Austin and have some fun and do some local fun stuff. Support your local creatives and musicians and artists. And there's so many
Get out there.
opportunities. Get out
We're
there.
going to get through it together, y'all.
together. We're going to do it together.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Also, lots of therapy. Kelsey, Eva Ruth, thank you so much, as usual, for being on here with me.
This was great.
No
Hope
problem. I
everyone-
guess I'm off to therapy.
Great segue. Have a good month, everyone.
Yes, y'all have a good month. Next up, let's walk a mile in Jess Pyle's boots, brought to you by Tecovas.
Hey, I'm Eva Ruth Moravec here with Jess Pryles, a live fire cook, author, and TV personality who's known as Hardcore Carnivore. So tell us, who are you and what is your job?
I guess I'm known as a hardcore carnivore. I am a meat science grad. I'm a live fire cook. I have a company called Hardcore Carnivore. It's the name of my cookbook. It's the name of my spice line. We started about 10 years ago. We do seasonings and grilling accessories and things of that nature. I started with one spice or seasoning, and now we also have knives and disposable cutting boards and high heat gloves. So all these tools that I was using at home myself, and I thought, I'd really like to bring them into the line because I use them and I'd like others to experience, like, these are great handy tools. And also this year, it was the debut of my TV show, which they also decided to call Hardcore Carnivore, and that's airing on Outdoor Channel. I live in Austin, but as you can hear from my accent, I'm originally from Australia.
How did you get into meat science, this entire line of work?
Really, it was a trip to Texas many, many years ago that changed everything for me. It was a big, fork in the road of where I was headed. And when you come to Texas as a tourist, they tell you have to try the barbecue, and I did, and I loved it. And I became obsessed with it. At first, I wanted to just eat more of it, as a lot of us do. And then I ended up being curious about how to make it. And when I started to teach myself and learn from other people about smoking and barbecue and live fire cooking, I also started learning so much about meat and cuts and how to choose it and things that I had no idea about as a very urban consumer. And so I started sharing the stuff that I was learning with other folks, and over a decade later, here we are.
That's wild. Where in Texas was that first trip?
It was in Austin. It was a place, it's not around anymore. It's a place called Art's Rib House. It used to be on South Lamar. And honestly, by today's standards, it's not very good barbecue, but I guess that just goes to show that bad barbecue is still good barbecue.
So let's walk a mile in your boots. What do you do in an average day?
Well, it could be anything. If I'm out of town, it's usually either filming for my TV show, which is also called Hardcore Carnivore, or maybe I was in Nashville last week doing an event with Kingsford. I speak at a lot of events. I do a lot of demos. If I am at home, there's a lot of stuff with running the company. So I do a lot of admin, and I do a lot of marketing and R&D. So there's a lot of stuff to oversee when you are an entrepreneur. And then on top of that, I also have to film content. And so I often get asked, what do I do during the day? And sometimes I sit back and think, I can't even tell you what I did today. I can just tell you that I did it for at least 12 to 14 hours because I ran out of time. So there's a lot of different stuff that goes on.
Yeah. When do you find time to hunt, and where does that fit in with your schedule?
I have to make time for that, honestly. Obviously, you can't do it all year round on many of the animals we have here in Texas. So I've got about 2 or 3 relationships with folks that, we always go out together every year. Sometime between November and January, we get at least a couple of deer hunts in there.
And tell me, why does your work matter to you?
I think my work matters to me because it contributes something. In today's social media climate, it's very much just about entertainment and shock value and quickly digestible and disposable videos. And I still like to make videos that have a purpose. So maybe they're teaching someone something, maybe someone can learn to be a better cook or more confident in how they cook or how they choose their meat.
So tell me, why does your work matter to Austin?
I'm a face of Austin. Austin changed my life when I moved here. It wasn't just about coming to Texas and falling in love with Texan lifestyle. I fell in love with Austin. I love the great spirit of this city and that it's so welcoming and so open armed to all groups of all kinds, but then you can still dip in and, go to Learn to Two Spoke at the Broken Spoke, or you can drop your deer at Hudson's on South Congress. So it still has these wonderful quirks of a really Texan lifestyle in a fantastic modern cosmopolitan city. And that's what's allowed me to bloom here. Austin is unmistakably the barbecue capital of Texas. I'm going to give Lockhart a run for their money. We have an incredible array of barbecue joints here, and that has also allowed me to grow my business. And, we're found in Australia and Sweden and Ireland and Canada and Mexico and Brazil, and our stuff is all over the world. And on the bottom of the bottle, it says, proudly from Austin, Texas.
After you're done making content and answering people's questions, all the things barbecue, where do you go to relax when your day is done?
It's very cliche and not imaginative, but I'm very much a hit the couch with my husband and some good cooking or takeout if I've had a long day. And my secret shame is a lot of 90 Day Fiance as well. It's a great way to turn your brain off, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, yes, reality show is perfect for that. Well, Jess, thank you so much for being here. And be sure to check out Jess Prowls' website to learn more. We'll have that link for you in our show notes, so you're just a click away. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you to Tecovas for sponsoring this interview.
That's all for today here on CityCast Austin. You'll find links to our tips on making your November amazing in our show notes. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell a friend, rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our Hey Austin newsletter. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Bye, y'all.